What's up, guys? Welcome to a special edition of the 330 Sports Show. Tonight, we're doing something different. No box scores, some hot takes, no final whistles. This is our 330 Sports Show movie edition. For the past 26 years, movies have given us heroes, villains, underdogs, dynasties, choke jobs, comebacks, and moments that just hit as hard as some Game 7s and some Super Bowl Sundays. So we're going to put them to the test. 26 for 26, our favorite movies of the last 26 years, ranked, debated, and broken down from 26 all the way to number 1. Some classics will be in here. Some controversial picks will be in here. And by the end of the night, we'll decide on maybe which one our top movie is. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and let's get after it. Let's have some fun. Let's do our little intro, and then I'm going to bring on our guest. All right. Let's get into it. Greg is here. As most of you that watch the show know, Greg, we do a ton of Buckeye talk, ton of Browns and Cavs and Guardians and all that stuff. But yeah, we're doing movies today, and we're going 26 for 26, our favorite movies from the year 2000 to 2026. I know technically the 21st century starts in the year 2020 or 2001. But you know what? We're basically calling these our favorite movies of the 21st century. So, Greg, like when you were compiling this list and going through all this stuff, I know we've talked and you've done your research. What do all these movies like mean to you, or like what did you come up with like going through these lists?
Yeah, I mean it's we both graduated high school in 2000, so it kind of like this kind of signifies sort of adulthood movies essentially, or early adulthood all the way to now movies. And I got really into movies really in college and then a little bit past college. So a lot of my all-time favorites are on this list, as I'm sure they are with yours. And it was kind of a good stroll down memory lane, really difficult to do. A lot of looking through lists, trying to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'm sure I still missed them. But yeah, and it was a fun process. And we were talking a little bit before we got on the air. Like the cool thing about this is like we each kind of came up with our own list independently. We really didn't collaborate whatsoever, and really didn't talk about even criteria. I mean, basically it's just like, what are your favorite 26 movies? Are they the 26 best movies? No. Are they, there's going to be some critically acclaimed. There's going to be some, as you said, that are kind of like a little more random, and some that you kind of just personally enjoy. So I'm interested to see just how much overlap we're going to have. I feel like there'll be some. I literally have no idea. So that's what makes it exciting. But yeah, it was a process, but I feel pretty good about what I've come up with. So
there were some. I came up with a list totally from 2000 to now, and there's no 2026 movies on my list. Obviously, I haven't seen a movie yet in 2026, so basically it's 2000 to 2025. But I came up with a list of 70 movies, and then from there I had to cut it down to 26, and it actually there was like a clear top 20 for me, and then like the last 6 could have been. There was some hard cuts in that. So yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. Basically, here are the criteria, all the criteria that is on this list. So we ranked our movies over the past 26 years, and that's basically it. Like Greg said, there's Academy Award winners, there's horror maybe in some of these, there's comedies, there's cult classics, there's rewatchables, and a few all-time greats. There might be some really dumb movies in here too. There's no wrong answers. They're basically just our favorite movies, and we're gonna have some fun with it. So I think, I mean, should we just get started then right away?
Yeah, I think we'll jump in.
All right. So I'm gonna take the lead here, and I'm gonna start. So we're gonna go from 26 to 1. And Greg's basically, we'll talk a little bit about each movie, but Greg's basically going to say if it's on his list or if it's not on his list. And then he'll give his 26 to 1, and we'll go from there. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, let's start with number 26 then. I have the movie Parasite on my list. So this, to me, I watched this in the theater. It's fantastic movie. This was right before COVID. Some subtitles in this movie, but a fantastic movie. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a ton of research on like awards and stuff. I know it was nominated for Best Picture. I can't remember if it won Best Picture, but
I'm almost certain that it won Best Picture.
This movie is fantastic, and it still resonates with me to this day. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't know if this major list or not.
So this is interesting because like I said, I was when putting this together, looking at like top movie lists of the of the 21st century, of the 2000 to 20, year by year, every possible way you could cut it. Well, any cut that had 2019 in it, Parasite was way up there. So I've never seen it.
Okay.
So it was not on my list, but it was like had always been one that I would like to see. So like loosely, what is it? What's like the high level plot?
Okay, so it takes place in I can't remember which Asian country, but
it's in Korea.
In Korea. Okay, so it's basically a family that's very it's an interesting dynamic of rich and poor, and it's very hard to give details without spoiling. There's a huge twist in this movie, and I don't want to give that away, but I will say this movie has you on the edge of your seat for the majority of the movie. So very well done, very well written, very well acted. So I just kind of want to leave it at that without giving away too many details. So excellent movie.
That's awesome. I will definitely have that on my list to watch here, hopefully soon.
And I will say, some of these movies I've probably seen 100 times. Yeah. I've seen Parasite twice, and both times it was equally as good. So some of the and there will be people out there that are like, why'd you have this movie on there and not this? Yeah. Again, these are our favorites. Some of these movies are going to be Academy Award winners. Some of them are going to be the dumbest comedies maybe you've ever seen. But I'm starting off with a bang. I'm going with an Academy Award winner. And that's a
big time. Yeah.
Very good movie.
I think that's a really good one. I've never seen it, but I think it's from what I've seen, that's a really good one. So
I'd put it up on the highly recommend movie. All right.
And that's a cool offshoot of this too, is I think we'll probably both walk away, and hopefully listeners will walk away with some movies to be like, oh yeah, or you should check that one out.
Put them on your list. After we the show airs and it goes out, I will post both of our lists, and for anyone that I think we have pretty good taste in movies.
Yeah,
that could be debated maybe after you see some of our lists, but we'll go from there. So starting off with a 2019 Academy Award winner, Parasite. So let's go on to number 25. This next movie is from 2010. Going way back, Inception. I don't know if this was on your list or not, but a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, a brain melter movie. This movie makes you think a lot, but like the incredible experience of watching this movie, and you could see it it came out in theaters but also in IMAX, because literally the stuff that was being done in this movie at the time had never been done before. And still, when they're in Paris and they're however many layers deep in the brain of a dream sequence. Paris is literally folding on itself. Fantastic acting in this movie, and just an all around amazing movie. You got to set some time aside. I think it's about a 3-hour runtime, but it is a great watch.
It is a great movie. It is a great movie. It did not make my top 26, and probably because I haven't seen it like probably in about 10 years. But but it is a great movie. So that's a good pick. It was in my I did similar to you. I started with 70 and cut it down. It was in it's in the group of 70, but it didn't make my 26. But
that's good though. I like the more movies we have different, the more selection out there. But a fantastic movie. All right, let's go now. I know this one is going to be on your list because this is maybe one of the best memed movies of all time. It is from 2013. Another Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It is The Wolf of Wall Street. Martin Scorsese, director. Just an unbelievable movie. Based on a true story. In the 80s, a lot of drugs, a lot of it was based on the character Jordan Belfort, who was obviously a financier extraordinaire who liked drugs, who liked hookers, liked a lot of things. But this movie is literally entertaining from the start to the finish, and some great moments, great speeches, great memes, great cast, everything. So it had to be.
And it's 3 hours long, and you never get that sense when you're watching it because it's a entertainment from start to finish. And also probably, I think it is the most vulgar, the most F-bombs in a movie, and possibly one of the more vulgar movies. I mean, it's probably pushing the line between like R and C-17. You can't really get much more vulgar than that with an R rating. And this one is definitely on my list. So
yes.
It's a classic.
And I don't even know how you would you call this a drama, a dark comedy? Like, how would you even describe this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a drama with obviously with a lot of comedy in it. Like an incredible cast, like Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing, Jonah Hill is amazing. So many great supporting roles, and I think like the late Rob Reiner, who just passed away, like that his role as Jordan's dad like is hilarious. I mean, it's one of those. It's like they call it like a black comedy, right? It's like fun. It's funny, but the stuff that you're laughing at is actually like just people ruining their lives and just debauchery.
And don't forget about Matthew McConaughey makes a little cameo in this, and Margot Robbie. My God!
And basically the introduction of Margot Robbie to the world. Yes.
So this one is on your list or no?
This one is on my list.
Okay,
and it is higher than 24 on my list.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, we can discuss that more later with Greg's movie. All right, the next one. I'm going early 2000s, but this one we just passed Christmas time. This one is one of the most rewatchable movies in my opinion, number 23. I'm going with Elf. To me, this is a top 5 Christmas movie. I just love this movie. Will Ferrell obviously is one of the actors that's going to appear on my list at least plenty of times going forward, but probably the comedy icon of our era from the 2000s to current. There's you could list several other people maybe in that group, but I think he is the alpha in that group. And Elf is just like a feel good movie that you want to watch, and anytime it's on around Christmas time, I'm watching it. I don't care what part it's on. So that makes my list at 23.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's not in my top 26. It is in my group of 70. I probably am on the lower side of like loving Elf compared to a lot of people, but I still really enjoy it. So
Okay. No, I like it. I like it that we have a lot of differences so far on this. All right, 22. I will say 22 might be the movie I have seen the most since the year 2000. I have not seen it in a couple years, probably 5 or 6 years, but I definitely watched this movie more times than I care to admit in college, and I know you have too. It is Euro Trip. This movie, I mean, like the main cast of characters is from Cleveland or the Cleveland area. They casually drop the Eastwood Mall in this movie reference, but you got a Matt Damon cameo in this, and I don't know if I'm proud or embarrassed to say I've probably seen this movie well over 50 times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, likewise, I'm kind of like, so it was number 28 on my list, and it probably should have been higher. And I kind of regret not putting it because you're right. As far as like how many times I've watched it, it's up there with any of the other movies on the list. But I'm glad you put it on the list. It's definitely worth mentioning. It's a sleeper movie. I've never really heard anybody say anything bad about it, even though it wasn't really like a top tier, like big money making comedy, but it is aged really well. Tremendous.
Yeah. 2004 it came out, which I thought it would have been earlier than that, but just a great movie. Great. I say great loosely. a fun, entertaining comedy, but so just fantastic, like in the rewatchable category, especially for me. So 2004 Euro Trip comes in at number 22 on my list. All right, next one, 21. We are going to 2007, and I'm going back to a well-heralded movie, a well-thought-of movie, an Academy Award type movie, and I'm going No Country for Old Men. Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin. There's a scene in this where there's so many great scenes in this, but there are some like literally horrific scenes, but there are some sneaky comedy scenes in this movie, but just a fantastic movie. And that for that reason, it comes in at 21 for me. How about you?
Yeah, edge of your seat thriller. This is actually kind of crazy. So I was like, when you said that, I was like, okay, I know it's in my top 26. Let me pull it up. Where is it at? I have it at number 21 as well. What are the chances? So like edge of your seat from start to finish. And the Javier Bardem character, and he did win an Oscar for that. And I think it won Best Picture as well, but Javier Bardem won Best Supporting Actor for his performance, and probably one of the one of the most truly terrifying villains in any movie ever, and just an incredible performance. Just like in the movie is aged really well. I haven't seen it in a few years, but it is just. And Tommy Lee Jones is great in it too. And it's kind of like a cat and mouse type movie. And it's just one of those, like, it's not a comfortable watch. So it's going to have you uncomfortable the entire time, but it is extraordinarily well done.
Yeah. Don't watch this with kids under like 12.
No.
but definitely
these types are like scarier than, like a true like slasher horror movie, because it's always like the anticipation of like what might happen, and then it just happens, like, and it's just like, but they're the way that I think it's a Coen Brothers movie, and the way the suspense, the way they play the suspense is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and one of the weapons that is used in this movie is legit terrifying as well. So, so we'll leave it at that. All right. We'll move on to number 20 on my list. Next one up, I'm going to 2009, another comedy. I'm going with I Love You, Man. And Paul Rudd, at his peak, in my opinion, in this movie. Jason Segel, just so good. It's a bro comedy. And there's just is it Rashida Jones is the future wife to Paul Rudd in this movie, and everything about this movie I love. It's just so well done, so funny. There's so many good one-liners, but so that's why I put this one on. It's an easy rewatch.
Yeah, it's not on my list. I've probably seen it only once. And I've actually heard and read something, and I think when I was doing some of the research on this, and it came up in maybe a podcast I was listening to, that this is a movie that's aged really well. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back to it.
Yeah.
Is this slapping the bass?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There are so many, Paul Rudd is so awkward in this movie, but it's like there's so many good one-liners in this. I don't want to give too many away, but yes, slapping the bass, man, and they're into the same type of music, and it's really good, really, really good. It's a perfect, like you said, it's aged well, but it also is it takes you back to the late 2000s, and you feel like you're in that era, but you could watch it at any point, and it can be any kind of bromance type comedy. But yeah, Rashida Jones also plays a great role, and there's a good cast of characters in this movie. I think it's in San Diego. I think it takes place in San Diego, and the sites in the city also play a nice role in this movie too. So all right, so I'll stop here, and let's have you go through your 26 to 20 now on your list.
Okay. All right. So 26. So this is 2006. I would call this did get some Academy Award nominations, as well as an award for Best Supporting Actor. It's kind of a dysfunctional family comedy road trip movie. Little Miss Sunshine was number 26 for me.
Interesting. Okay.
Have you seen it?
I'm embarrassed to say I've never seen this movie all the way through. I've only seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, great movie. It's he's not even one of the main. He's a supporting character, but this was Steve Carell was in this movie before he was actually Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Greg Kinnear, Toni Collette, Alan Arkin actually won a Best Supporting Actor. He kind of plays a vulgar grandpa, and Abigail Breslin was the little girl. But it's basically just a movie about the kind of a dysfunctional family whose daughter gets the opportunity to go compete in this beauty pageant, and she's not your typical beauty pageant girl, but they take a road trip from, I think, Arizona to California, and kind of craziness ensues. And it's serious. It's there's serious family issues, but it's also funny and entertaining. Really good musical score too. So it's a really entertaining movie. Kind of make you laugh, kind of make you, not quite cry, but it's some good moments both ways. So I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Really good movie.
Little Miss Sunshine. Love it. Okay. All right. And what year was that again?
2006.
2006. Okay. All right. Very good.
Number 25 is kind of another somewhat random one, and maybe because I'm a finance nerd by heart, but or at heart, I should say. So this is 2011. Have you ever seen the movie Margin Call?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever even heard of this one.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good movie. And I probably didn't watch it for the first time until a couple years ago. So Kevin Spacey, it's a pretty star-studded cast as well. Kevin Spacey, Paul Bettany, Jeremy Irons plays a great role. Demi Moore's in it. There's a lot of familiar faces. So it is kind of I would say a business thriller. So basically it's based on a true story. And it takes place right on the eve of the 2008 financial collapse, when the mortgage-backed securities and everything went belly up. And it's basically a firm that kind of discovers that, that they're holding on to a lot of these mortgage-backed securities that are backed by bad mortgages, and the market's about to crash and they need to figure out what they're going to do. So it kind of takes place overnight as they're figuring out what to do. Really well written, really entertaining. Highly recommend, whether you're even if you don't think it's like, oh, I'm not into this. Like, it's like they do a pretty good job of like, you don't have to know exactly what's going on to know that, kind of understand what's going on in the movie. Because I certainly don't know everything about it, but super entertaining. And it's kind of cool. I kind of like movies that take place like within the course of like a small amount of time. So really good. Highly recommend.
Okay. All right. Very good. Margin Call 2011.
Margin Call 2011. Number 24 was still one of my favorites. This is back to 2006 again. So this is the first James Bond movie in the Daniel Craig James Bond era. So Casino Royale. It was kind of our introduction to Daniel Craig as James Bond, who is tremendous and had really a great run at it. Have you seen that? I imagine you've seen it.
I have seen it, but I bet I haven't seen it since 2006.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot as typical with Bond movies, like a lot of action, really good poker, albeit like maybe unrealistic poker scenes, but it kind of all centers around him going like to Montenegro to play in a poker game against the Bond villain. And then Ava Green is the kind of his love interest, and she makes the movie worth watching as well. But it's a really, really tremendously done movie, and that whole Bond series is really good. And there may be another one from the Bond series on my list. So we'll see.
I think I may know which one that might be. But yeah, we can cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, so 2006 Casino Royale is number 24. All right, how about 23?
23, and this will be, I think every other movie on this list is pretty well known. This is kind of my one cult classic. You may know it, you may not know it. It's a movie from 2008 titled In Bruges. So Bruges, which is a city in Belgium.
Okay.
It's got Colin Farrell and a guy named Brandon Gleeson. And then Ralph Fiennes also plays their boss. But essentially, it's kind of like a cult movie. It's just the director, Martin McDonagh, has done a lot of really good movies over the past 15, 20 years. And it's basically about these guys, these gangsters that are hiding out in Belgium because one of them did something really bad. There was kind of a hit that went wrong. They had to get out of town, and they had to go to Bruges. And it's kind of this old, beautiful, but like really old city in Belgium. And, them just being out there, they've kind of each have different experiences there, but there's a lot of kind of shenanigans that happens out there. It's almost like a Pulp Fiction-y type movie, like an independent type movie. Again, it's a cult classic. Like if you know, it's like a really highly reviewed, and it's super entertaining. And it's another one that I probably didn't see until, probably in COVID times, and I've probably seen it 5 times since. So it's a very entertaining movie, worth a shot. And if you like that one, there's some other movies by this director that are kind of similar type movies that are really good as well. So
interesting. Well, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So obviously the critics and fans agree with you on this one. That's good. In Bruges, 2008, coming in at 23. So 22, Greg.
22. So back to 2006. What a great year for movies. This one was actually, Bill Simmons did like a top 50 rewatchable movies for him of the 21st century. And this actually came number 1 for him, which was surprising. But it is a movie that I come back to a lot. Super entertaining. The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
Just Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway.
Do you know there's a sequel coming out?
And there's a sequel coming out, which is exciting. But that's just one that's like, that's one that if it's on TNT a lot or whatever, like I'll always kind of tune in and watch. It's very entertaining, very rewatchable. Emily Blunt plays a great role in that. So Devil Wears Prada. It's kind of maybe a little more on the chick flick side, but not really. It's kind of like enjoyable for everybody.
I will raise my hand. I'm very familiar with this movie. Like I know what it is. I have never seen it all the way through. So
yeah,
I can't claim to know much about this. Except for Anne Hathaway. Oof. Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, she is absolutely gorgeous in this movie. And it's kind of like the first. I mean, she'd been in like the Princess Diaries and stuff, like kind of younger, but this was like the first real introduction to her. She's great in it. She's beautiful in it. Even though they kind of play her down, that's sort of like the story is that she's like this kind of non-fashion girl that ends up in the fashion industry working for Meryl Streep, who is amazing, but kind of a crazy psychotic boss.
Kind of, yeah. I think
it'd be interesting how that sequel will be.
Well, it also spun another spin-off in the porn industry, The Devil Wears Nada. I actually don't know if that's true, but
I think you're probably right. But
it's probably an easy Google search here. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, The Devil Wears Prada, 2006. Coming in at 22. All right, Greg, 21.
21. Hey, we'll take 5 seconds on this one because it was No Country for Old Men.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Matched exactly on that. 2007.
Number
20. I think I wanted to put like one animated movie in because there's been so many great Pixar movies. I don't know if you have any in your list.
I am looking. I had a bunch, and I had a couple that just missed the cut. I did not put any on my list.
Yeah. So there's so many, and thinking about my kids growing up watching movies, but the one that I kind of gravitate and love the most over the years is Ratatouille. So I put Ratatouille in at number 20.
Okay, interesting.
Which could very easily have swapped Cars in there, probably any of the Toy Story movies.
I was going to say the closest one I had, I think, was Toy Story 3, because I think Toy Story, I think the first two might have been previous to 2000.
3 might be the best one anyway. So
that's like when Andy goes to college and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, elaborate a little bit on Ratatouille.
Yeah, I just love that. I just absolutely love that movie. I mean, it's like you mentioned, like Inception being set like in Paris, but it's like it's not a cartoon. It's set in Paris. It's like really cool. The storyline's awesome. It's entertaining. It's funny. It's kind of just got a little bit of everything. I think it's extraordinarily well done. So yeah. I always go back to it. I think I watched it probably a year ago, just like put on Disney Plus, and I was like, I think I'll just watch Ratatouille. It's kind of just like a feel good watch. It's like you could be 43 years old and hop on an animated movie on a Friday night. Like, why not? I mean, they are like, these Pixar movies are great and enjoyable for all ages.
Yeah, they're very, very well done. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Ratatouille was not on my list, but however, because I feel like that's one I definitely seen, but I haven't seen as much of some of the other ones. And I have kids now that are like, your kids are now in high school, but they grew up watching the movies now that my kids are probably watching now, and obviously there's a larger category, larger catalog, I should say, of those animated movies. But there's some really, really good ones out there. I just felt like in my list, I stuck to the movies like I grew up watching college, out of, like adulthood movies, basically. But I like that, making the list there. All right. Let's go. I guess I'll switch back to my list here, and we'll go to number 19. So, let me switch from 19 or 20 to 19. And 19 is another comedy. It goes back to 2010. I love this movie so much. Greg and I met someone that was actually shot in this movie, and that was Derek Jeter. And we're going with the other guys. I love this movie so much. This is a movie, I will admit, the first time I watched it, I didn't love it. All right, I liked it. I didn't love it, I should say. But every time I watch this movie now, I die laughing. And it's not just Will Ferrell. It's not Mark Wahlberg. It's not The Rock. It's not Samuel L. Jackson. I find myself laughing the most at Michael Keaton in this movie. He plays a phenomenal character. And obviously, Will Ferrell's wife, help me out with her name in this movie.
I've never seen this movie.
You have never seen The Other Guys.
I've never seen this movie.
Oh, damn.
But I was going to say Eva Mendes because it is Eva Mendes.
It
is that. Okay.
Oh my God. It is so this to me.
I've probably seen pieces like on TV, but I've never seen.
You have definitely seen pieces of this movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is it's just a cast of characters. And like I said, Mark Wahlberg ends up on a desk job because he accidentally shoots Derek Jeter before the World Series. And Will Ferrell is more of like the buttoned up accountant type, forensics type police officer. Mark Wahlberg's like the guy that wants to be out and doing and then you got The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, and you got some other guys like police officers that are more like your macho bro type guys. And it makes for an amazing movie. Like literally every minute there's a laugh in this. There's hardly any downtime in this movie. And so I would put this on, if you have not seen this, I would put this on like right towards the top of must-watch comedies. So
it's funny how things just slip through the cracks. Like, I don't know why. It's like seems like it's definitely something I would like. I don't know why I never saw it, but I never did. So we'll have to rectify that soon.
Absolutely. So definitely put this towards the top of your list. All right, moving on from number 19 down to 18. We are going to go to another 2019 movie on my list. I believe this was also an Academy Award nominee and another fantastic movie. Maybe the most used meme currently out there with Leo pointing at the TV. I'm going with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and a Quentin Tarantino film. I believe my only Tarantino film on this list. But I mean, anytime you have a movie with Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio, it's going to be a great movie. And if you haven't seen this one yet, you got to go see it. I would think most people would put this on a top 25 list or top 26 list of 26 movies. I would venture to guess this is on your list, but I don't want to.
So it is. I love this movie. And this movie like got me through COVID. I feel like I watched this probably 4 or 5 times during COVID. And it's hard when you're putting a list together. It was number 27 on my list, so it was the first.
Wow.
6. I love Quentin Tarantino. Not to be a spoiler, but I love Quentin Tarantino. There's going to be, you'll see that I love Quentin Tarantino. This is a great movie. So it's, again, sometimes when I see it on, I'm like, yeah, I probably should have put that on. I probably should have put Euro Trip on, but it's so hard. But it is a great movie.
I mean, something's got to get cut.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen this, just go see it, and it takes you back, and like even to like the Manson family, like is a pretty major part in this movie. But Jackie Chan is in this movie.
Just like and like he got in some like Tarantino has like this, he discovers, I mean, that's what he kind of is like notorious for discovering maybe discovering could be a strong word. In some cases he does, but like, catching actors at like a young age, what Margaret Qualley's in this movie, and she's gone on to do a lot of things. Austin Butler, who played Elvis and was nominated and now has become a huge movie star. He's one of the Manson family. So he gets these like obviously like super, super like A-list movie stars. Because Margot Robbie's also in this.
Margot Robbie,
Al Pacino, it's it's kind of a really good like old Hollywood movie. And his play on the Manson family and kind of like what he started to do at that point in his career is create like an alternate history, basically. And this is great. And I think Brad Pitt won an Oscar for this movie, rightly so. I think is his first.
So this movie basically takes you back and makes you feel like you're in 1969 when it's taking place. And for people that are from, that's obviously before our time, but for people from that era, I'm sure this brought back so many memories of when they were kids or younger. But for us, it kind of is a timepiece that like takes you back to an era that makes you like feel like you're actually in that era. And just a well done movie. So that is coming in at number 18 on my list. All right. The next movie, number 17 for me, I believe, I'm looking really quick. Technically, I have two sports movies on my list, but this is really truly the only sports movie on my list. I'm going all the way back to 2000, and I'm going with Remember the Titans here and number 17. And like, what more can you say about this movie? Denzel Washington is Herman Boone character in the in the South, in a divided South. And this is a Disney movie, but it's way more than that. It is it gives you all the feels in this movie. And we did a sports movie bracket that I think we're going to revisit this March, but we did a 64 team sports movie bracket, and this was our winner of all of those. That, Rocky and whatever movies you want to throw in there, all the baseball movies, all the football, basketball movies. This ended up being our number one choice, and for very good reason. Well acted, well directed, good music, and all that stuff. But I had to put this on my list, and this came in at number 17 for me. Remember the Titans, 2000. So my earliest movie, my oldest movie, I should say, on this list.
Yeah, great one. It is just off of my list. So it's kind of in that 20. It's actually, well, let's see. It's actually, I have it at 43, but there's a lot of just grouping stuff together. But yes, it's an amazing movie. I do have a sports movie in my top 26.
I like it. Okay. All right. We'll get there. I'm going to go with two more. I'm going to go with 16 and 15 here, and then we'll get to Greg's 19 through 15. So my number 16, another comedy, 2003, School of Rock. I love Jack Black. I love this movie. I love everything about this movie. Anyone that likes the White Lotus show on HBO, Mike White is actually in this movie. He is Jack Black's roommate, Sarah Silverman's girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever in this movie. But this movie, it's just so good. And I think like I'm a former teacher, and being like, working with kids and stuff like that, it kind of like takes me back. This is one of the most rewatchable movies on my list here. But I love everything about this movie. So that's why it's on there. That's really it. And great music, obviously, by the way, too, in this movie.
This is great because I don't have this one on my list. I like it. It's like, I have not seen it too many times. I've probably seen it like once all the way through, and maybe just a couple times like in bits and pieces. But I have a ton of comedies coming up, and it's kind of cool that we're just like, I mean, again, it just shows movies are such a personal thing, and it really is. Like, some just hit you in a certain way, and I remember enjoying the movie, and I'd like to rewatch it now.
Very good. Very good. All right. I'm going to go with my last one before we switch back to Greg's list here. And this I would consider in the realm of Parasite, The Wolf of Wall Street, No Country for Old Men, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is one of those A-list Academy Award type movies, and well acted, well directed. It goes from 2006, and it is The Prestige. This movie, Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine's in this movie, Scarlett Johansson, freaking David Bowie's even in this movie. But you have I mean, I don't even know how to describe this movie without just saying you have to just go see it. It is unbelievably well written, well directed. It's a time period piece. It goes all the way back. I think this is like in the 20s, 30s era. But I don't want to give too much away without saying it is just an unbelievable movie by Christopher Nolan. And yeah, I mean, they even Nikola Tesla's in this movie, obviously not him, but the character played, it's so freaking good. And I would put this, I could go on and on about this movie, but I feel like if I talk about it for anyone that hasn't seen it, I would give very important details away, but The Prestige has to be on my list.
It's another good one. I mean, I've seen it. It's not on my list. I know that there was also a movie that came out almost at the exact same time called The Illusionist that was very similar.
Not nearly as good.
And I get the two confused, but I know I've seen it.
The Illusionist sucks. This movie. Go see The Prestige.
And it's another one I think I got to revisit, especially after the hype. Yeah,
you gotta watch this movie. So, so The Prestige comes in at number 15 for me. That was a 2006 movie, which 2006 was a pretty good year for a movie.
Yeah,
and you had 2 on your list already.
Three actually. Yeah, three
on your list so far. So,
and I have one more coming up too. So yeah, it was a really good year.
Well, with that said, then let's switch to your list. So let's go to Greg's number 19 movie.
So number 19 is actually the only movie in my top 26 that came from the 2020s, which I think is just credit to the fact that I have not watched a lot of newer movies. Probably haven't watched as many newer movies as I should have, or maybe movies just need to age out. But this was a massive movie. Very enjoyable, very rewatchable. My kids love it. Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
So, I love the original. I still kind of like the original. Well, I don't know. This may have outdone the original. I think it probably did outdo the original.
What I will say for this movie is I feel like this movie brought people back to the movie theaters after COVID.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it was a long time in the making. I think they started shooting it in 2018, 2019. It's just awesome. Tom Cruise is great. Miles Teller's great. Glenn Powell, it kind of introduces you to some of these younger stars that are now huge stars. Val Kilmer had a one very powerful scene in that movie coming back as Iceman. And it kind of just it's one of those.
Good looking as Jennifer Connelly still.
And Jennifer Connelly, I don't know how I didn't mention that, but absolutely legendary Jennifer Connelly. Shout out to Paul Bettany, who I mentioned in Margin Call, who's married to Jennifer Connelly. Good for him. Yeah, it is. It's one of those I remember my kids on a baseball trip. They went with the coaches to go see Top Gun Maverick. And it's one of those, if you're our age, you get sentimental because there's so much, they call so much back from the original Top Gun. So if you watch the original Top Gun and you love that and you grew up on that, it just hits all those notes. But also if you're never saw the original Top Gun or it's this movie's badass. So it's pretty much, yeah. And Tom Cruise looking like he's 26 years old at 60 years old. I mean, it is. I mean, I would imagine most everybody's seen this. If you haven't, I mean, it's just a fun way to spend a couple hours.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I did not have it on my top 26. It was in my top I'd say 40, but I think this movie is very relevant for this era, especially because, like I said, I think this movie brought people back to go see.
Yeah, that's very good call.
All right, so it was that 2022.
2022.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 18 on your list.
So number 18, we'll go back to kind of more of like an Oscar type movie. 2007. So it was actually shot like right next and simultaneous and like almost in the next town over, or really close to where No Country for Old Men was shot. So this is a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Probably the best acting performance of the 21st century. Daniel Day-Lewis. The movie's There Will Be Blood.
Yep.
2007. Phenomenal movie. Honestly, one of the best acting performances I've ever seen in a movie. It's actually weirdly like kind of unintentionally funny too, because he's just so psychotic. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Hands up. I'm embarrassed. I have not seen this.
No,
movie.
That's fine. It's a great movie. It's just I won't really give it away. It's about a guy that's kind of like an oil tycoon comes into a town.
Is there like some religious factor in this?
There's religious factors in it. Like Paul Dano is in the movie. Is like he actually plays twins, but one of them is kind of your classic like Southern Baptist like preacher. And he kind of goes head to head with Daniel Day-Lewis and this guy who's basically trying to come in and make friends, but ultimately he's after the oil under the ground, and he's just turns into like, it's really like there's a lot deeper meanings between religion and capitalism and greed. Very relevant honestly to the world we currently live in, but also it is just like one of the most unbelievable acting performances you'll ever see. So it's really entertaining, but like also weirdly kind of funny the more you watch it. So, yeah, There Will Be Blood.
This is a movie I feel like it just slipped through the cracks for me, and I know how highly acclaimed, how popular it is. I just never got to it, but I need to add that to the top of my list.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go to 17.
Number 17. So 2004. I kind of introduced you to this movie not too long ago. It's one that I absolutely love.
I'm writing it down right now. I already know it is.
I guess would you call it like a buddy comedy, but it's a bit of a weird, but kind of like middle-aged buddy comedy.
Without you saying it, it's like I Love You Man, but like drunk.
Yes. And the movie is Sideways. Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church. It's basically about two guys probably similar to our age. One's kind of getting married, so they do a kind of a little bachelor week in like Southern California wine country. And I would just say shenanigans and debauchery ensues when they meet some ladies on the trip, and some of the true intentions of what Thomas Hayden Church wants to accomplish on this trip come out. I know Paul Giamatti's kind of like, there's like a love-hate with him, but he really is a phenomenal actor, whether you kind of like him or not, and he's really great in this movie. It's a well-acted movie, well-shot movie, well-directed movie. Alexander Payne, who's extremely good director. It's entertaining. It's funny. It goes completely off the fucking rails at certain points. And they're serious to it.
Tons of fun.
It is. It's a wild ride, I will tell you, but it's a great movie. And I probably revisit it like once a year. It's one of my favorites. So
yeah, I want to fly to Napa or some wine country place and watch this movie on the plane.
Yeah.
Before I get there.
That's a great idea.
Great. It did not make my list because I have not seen it the amount of times you have. I know that, but I will just say I will not drink Merlot. I'm more of a Pinot Noir kind of guy. But yeah, a cab kind of guy. But this movie is a great watch. a great watch. Sideways.
Absolutely.
Did this win an Academy Award?
I don't know that it was definitely very heavily nominated, like Best Picture, like Screenplay. I think Thomas Hayden Church was, I'm going to say both. I mean, even
Okay.
Virginia Madsen might even, it had a lot of nominations. I'm not sure that it really won anything, but it was a very critically acclaimed movie.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so let's go to 16 then.
Yeah, number 16. So it is. I said I had a sports movie. This is the one sports movie I had. So 2011, Brad Pitt, Moneyball. I it's one of those, like, it's not a sports movie in the traditional sense. It does take a lot of liberties, and it's not the most factually accurate when you they sort of make it seem like this Oakland A's team was like a ragtag group of losers. I mean, and really they had a really good team. But it's cool for baseball nerds kind of. Brad Pitt's great in the movie. Jonah Hill plays a really good role as his kind of assistant GM. It's just one of those that's like, it shouldn't be rewatchable because there's not really a lot of action in it, but I find it, I always kind of gravitate back to it. It's a really good movie. So.
I am probably one of the people that don't love this movie as much as everyone else. I like it, it's fine, but I just don't have the love factor with it. I do think, like, when they're going up to the win streak and getting there, I think that's really cool. Was it Scott Hatterberg that, like,
who played by Chris Pratt, which is kind of random. Yeah.
But like, I like it. I don't love it, but I totally get it, why it's so popular and why it's so rewatchable. All right.
Okay, number 15, and I think really after this, there's like all bangers, but this is probably one more. I wonder if you've seen this, because this is sort of the cousin of Margin Call, but this is probably it's around the same. It's made about really the same era, about the 2008 financial collapse, but this is more the mainstream version kind of Margin Call. It's The Big Short. Have you ever seen The Big Short?
You know what? It's Christian Bale's in it, right?
Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt's also in it. Margot Robbie does a cameo from a hot tub.
As she always should.
But it is more like, so Margin Call is like behind the scenes, like with an actual firm kind of identifying that there's a problem. Big Short is more of like investors out there saying, like, something's going really screwed up in the housing market, right?
We're going to make some money on their losses.
Yeah. And it's basically Christian Bale's kind of the main character. It's a guy named Michael Burry, who like made this massive, he kind of ran this, he ran this hedge fund, and he made this massive bet against the American housing market. And people were like, you're crazy. The housing market's not going to crash. But it is incredibly, I will say, like, it is much more entertaining and much more like on the nose and in your face. And it's like something, even if you're just like, this sounds not interesting at all, they make it like super entertaining, and they make it like, you could be 6 years old and understand like what they're talking about, even though like it's maybe some they're using some terms and stuff that are a little out there. They like actually cut out from the movie and will actually explain what's going on. Extremely entertaining. And really fun to watch.
And I mean, just anytime you got Steve Carell, Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, Ryan Gosling. Great.
Marissa Tomei, Margot Robbie in a movie, it's going to be at least worth a watch. So yeah,
absolutely.
That's a hell of a call there. So 2015's Big Short, The Big Short. And a lot of people lost their asses in that housing market, but a lot of people made some money on that, for good or for bad. So, all right, we're at 14. I'm going to go back to my list, and we're going to go 14 to 11 here. So we're going to do 4 each. So my number 14 movie, I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Not The Prestige, but we're going to go to Superbad. And this is just like an all-time comedy, in my opinion. 2007. I mean, who doesn't like anyone even now? I think if you even say McLovin, people know. They might not know what movie you're talking about, but that's still in the zeitgeist, I guess. But I mean, this movie just makes me like think of like this was kind of like us in a way, like, but like just about 7-8 years later. So yeah, I just love this movie. It's a comedy. It's a group of friends that get into trouble, and like you said, like those movies that kind of take place in like a couple day period. Um, it's just fantastic. So Superbad had to be on my list for multiple reasons. The cast is so good. So you got Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, um, Emma Stone, Bill Hader's movie as one of the cops, and one of the Franco brothers is in this, but like, and the guy that plays Fogel, which is McLovin, is Christopher Mintz-Plasse. But this movie is a movie I feel like again, if it's on TV or if it's on a streamer and I like walk into a room, I am watching it from there on out. Like I don't care if it's in the middle, like the Hypnotize song that's on and he's dancing with the girl at the party, or like he tries to go in and use his fake ID, and like there's so many rewatchable scenes, so many rewatchable moments in this movie, and some great quotes as well too. So that's on my list. I don't know if it made yours, but this is
this is like another one where I'm like, why didn't I put it on? I don't know. It's just off my list. There's so many. I have a ton of comedies coming up, and it was just like, and I could have interchanged it with any one of these. It's wildly entertaining. Everything you said. It's a tremendous movie. I've seen it a million times. Didn't quite make my list, but love it.
This is almost one of those like I can't hardly wait, but like a little darker version of
yes,
that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So
like a little, even like American Pie-ish, but more like just more like vulgar and less like
vulgar.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 2007 comedy, Superbad at number 14. Number 13, 2008, the next year. This is a very rewatchable movie in my part. I love this actor. I love this premise. I didn't necessarily love all the remakes of it, but I'm going with Taken. Liam Neeson, he has a set of skills. He will find you and he will kill you, especially if you take his daughter. And this movie is, I mean, I have another movie very similar to this on my list. I don't know if that gives it away, but this movie is so good, so rewatchable. It's just fun, and it's action-packed the entire movie. So,
and it's like 80 minutes. It's like an hour 20 of just like
entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment. Like it starts in America, but obviously most of it takes place in Europe, in Paris, I believe, and the Eiffel Tower's on the cover. So yeah, it's mostly in Paris, but like just again, from start to finish, action-packed, rewatchable, great movie, great actor. So number 13 on my list. All right.
So you have you literally have like number 27, number 28, and now this one was number 31 on my list. So you're like, you're hitting like all the ones that were like right there for me.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, this is like, yeah.
So, like, if you average them out, they're in the top 20 between the both.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So, all right, number 13 was Taken. Number 12, we're going back to comedy, and this is very similar. I don't think you can make movies like this anymore, but it is so entertaining, so well done. Neighbors. Seth Rogen is on a lot of these lists of mine. Zac Efron making his debut, but if you saw This Is the End, which is another good comedy, did not make my list, but it's and you can see the tagline on the movie. It's family versus frat. Seth Rogen and his wife move into a house right next door to a fraternity house. probably not the best idea, but you can imagine it starts off as like a good relationship. It ends up going real south real fast, and just a great movie. This was 2014. I felt like this was earlier than this, but yeah, this made my list from 2014. Neighbors. Did you have this?
It's not on my list, but it's fucking hilarious movie. Yeah. It's an absolutely hilarious. Rose Byrne's amazing in it too. It's awesome. It's such a great movie. Yeah, it's really entertaining.
And I feel like from here on out too, like my top 11, like they're all bangers. And like I don't know if they're all going to be on your list or not, but they're fantastic. I'm going to give you one more. This is one of the only horror movies I have on my list, but this is maybe the best well done horror movie over the past 30 years. Get Out. Yep. Jordan Peele, Get Out. It is. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. I can't tell you much more about it, except it's obviously, if you look at the cover's perfect because it's in black and it's in white, and it's a very interesting dichotomy of rich white people versus black people, and the psychology and what they do and the little tricks. But it becomes a horror movie really fast, and it becomes an extremely entertaining horror movie with a lot of comedy mixed in too. But Jordan Peele, fantastic movie. I would say maybe the best horror movie over the last 20 years. It Follows did not make my list, but I would put that right up there with Get Out as one of the best horror movies over the past 2 decades. But Get Out for sure, right up there of my favorite movies.
It's like your classic, like, what in the hell is going on movie? Yep. And then you kind of figure out what's going on, and you wish you didn't know what was going on. So
exactly.
I am not a big horror movie guy at all. This actually is like it's like in my top 50. I do enjoy this movie. So I completely agree with everything you said. It's a tremendous movie.
All right. Well, so real quick: 14 Superbad, 13 Taken, 12 Neighbors, 11 Get Out. So Greg, we're going to you for your number 14.
Number 14. So I am not a big kind of comic book superhero movie type guy, but there are exceptions to every rule. So for number 14, I went with The Dark Knight 2008.
Also on my list.
Yeah, just a classic. I probably have it even a little bit too low. Heath Ledger is the Joker, iconic performance, obviously his last performance. But just like really, truly one of the, they've been so many Superman and Marvel type movies, but this is probably the best of the bunch.
I agree. Extremely well done, and it has you like locked to your screen the whole movie.
Yeah.
I do not have any other Avengers or
I don't either.
I had one Avengers movie on my top 50, and I had an Iron Man movie on my top 70. Okay. But I did not have any make my top 26, but I did have The Dark Knight at my number 9.
Okay.
So
yeah, I had Dark Knight Rises a little bit like just like 40 in the 40s because I do enjoy that one too. But like The Dark Knight, yeah.
Very good. All right, so let's go to number 13.
Number 13, 2008. So we're staying in the same year, but we are completely switching gears. So we're going comedy. We are going Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, and we're going Step Brothers.
Also on my list.
I feel like we're gonna have some in common here, but I mean, we can maybe in interest of time we can table that one until it gets till you get to it. But it's a classic, and it's one of those that just gets better every time you watch it. I feel like there's some movies that kind of trend that way. So
I will say I put this movie in my top 5.
Okay. And I don't blame you.
So, and this is another movie I will say Step Brothers did not love it the first time I watched it. And then
it's a slow burn. Right? Yeah.
Better and better and better every time. All right, very good. Yeah, we'll come revisit that one again. All right, you're number 12.
Number 12 is from 2012, and I kind of teased it earlier. I said there might be another James Bond movie in there. I Skyfall.
Yep.
Tremendous. Like, I mean, just one of the, it's hard to compare like the Daniel Craig era to the Sean Connery era and others, but to me, this is by far the best James Bond movie ever made. It's interesting because we both had No Country for Old Men on here. This is another Javier Bardem, plays an incredible villain. He's one of just an amazing, scary, psychotic, very deep like villain, Bond villain. Daniel Craig at the top of his game. Like, the cool thing about these Bond movies is they take you like all over the world, and they take you to like Shanghai and London, and then outside of into Scotland, and you kind of go all around the world. So it's just like a fun watch. Judi Dench is great.
Great Adele song too,
and a great Adele song. So Skyfall. Honestly, there's five movies in the Daniel Craig era, and some are better than others. I think in my opinion, the two that I put on my list are the best. The first one, Skyfall, I think was the third, but they're all really good, and the whole storyline's really good. And Daniel Craig is a tremendous James Bond, and definitely different from all the other James Bonds, but it's a great series. So.
I agree. I have not seen this movie since 2012. I did see this movie in the movie theater. I did not make my
great movie to see in the theater, yeah.
But I feel like if I rewatched it, I might have some recency bias and put that higher. But great pick. Skyfall, 2012.
Yep. And then number 11 is Wolf of Wall Street. So we already talked about it. I just absolutely adore that movie.
It's so damn good. And you can tell like Greg and I's different backgrounds. Greg is in the more of the finance world, accounting world. So you can see a lot of his picks probably deal with his educational background and work background as well. So all right. So we are in to our top 10. And I'm sure we're going to have some crossovers here. I already know there's some crossovers because you've already listed some. So I'm going to go 10-6, and then we'll go to your 10-6, and we'll go from there. So my number 10 is, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. With another Steve Carell movie, makes it. Better late than never is the tagline. Another great cast of characters, just a fun watch, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's just a really fun movie. It's like grabbing a bag of sand and so I don't even know. I feel like now that I'm looking at my list, I'm like, damn, Seth Rogen's in like 8 of these movies. Like didn't even realize he was that not great, but he's in a lot of these movies. But Steve Carell, Seth Rogen. I mean, you got Beth. It's just so freaking good. Like all the great one-liners, and so Steve Carell and The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm ashamed to say this isn't in my top 26 either, but again, it's okay. Like it's right outside. So you're like, you're just, we're in the same, ballpark, definitely. It's like, again, like I have nothing bad to say about this movie. It's absolutely legendary. It's interesting because I think I'd mentioned Little Miss Sunshine. I think The 40-Year-Old Virgin was right about the same time. Let me see. Little Miss Sunshine was 2006. Okay. 40-Year-Old Virgin was actually 2005. So I think it was like when it was shot. I remember it being like when they shot Little Miss Sunshine, like Steve Carell was not really anything. But then between when they shot it and when it hit theaters, he had done 40-Year-Old Virgin. So then they started trying to have him promote the movie because all of a sudden he became this star. But yeah, this was like right at the beginning. And then obviously then The Office came along and he became a mega star. But this
so you got Paul Rudd in this. Yep. Elizabeth Banks, Hill, Jane Lynch. Yeah, there's so many. There's another.
Jane Lynch is great. Yeah,
she plays a fun character in that movie too. But what they work at like a knockoff like Circuit City.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But this was a star-making performance
for sure. So if you haven't seen it, go break your virginity and go see the fourth.
If you haven't seen it, you've probably been living under a rock for the last 20 years. But yeah, you never know, I guess.
He does look so young in that picture. Like
Andy, yeah.
He was getting waxed. Kelly Clarkson, which even ages it, a little bit too. All right, number 9 for me. We already talked about it. You had it as your number 14 movie. This is my number 9 movie, The Dark Knight. So we don't need to talk much more about that, but you can see the cast of Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Gyllenhaal, Freeman. Everybody's in this movie, and it's just so well done. So we're not going to spend a whole lot more time on that one. We already talked about it, but it's just such a great movie. All right, number 8. Number 8 for me is one of the funniest movies on my list. Is a movie I will watch 100 times out of 100. It is mainly a female-only cast. I'm going with Bridesmaids, and I don't think there's anything I don't like about this movie. I love Kristen Wiig. I love Maya Rudolph. I love every actress in this movie, and John Hamm is a great character in this movie too. And Rose Byrne once again, and I forget her name from The Office, the redheaded girl in this movie.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna look her up real quick. But she is Ellie Kemper. Okay. So and you got also Melissa McCarthy, Rebel Wilson's in this. It's just so many great people in this, but Ellie Kemper, I kind of had like a crush on after this movie.
Oh, I definitely, yeah.
But like, there is nothing bad I can say about this movie. It is so well done. You got Wilson Phillips at the end. It takes place in Milwaukee, which like exposed me to Milwaukee a little bit, but just such a great movie, such great music, and like obviously, we can't relate to the female side of things, but we can also relate to the comedy side and like the irony and a lot of stuff that happens in this movie. So Bridesmaids comes in for me at number 8, a 2011 comedy. Did you have this on your list?
I did not have it on my top 26, but it's another, I feel like we're like a broken record, but it is a great movie. Melissa McCarthy was actually nominated for an Academy Award, which is very, very unusual for a movie like this. And it got a screenplay nomination. So that is, it was pretty critically acclaimed for being kind of more of like a goofy comedy. But yeah.
And there's so many lines too that I still use, like, Alvita's motherfucker. And like, it's like rich versus poor and stuff like that. Yeah. A little bit of dynamics in this, but so good.
Yeah, when they're like having the dueling speeches at the party, it's just so there's just like so much of just real awkward. Kristen Wiig plays like awkward so well, it kind of makes you cringe, but she's hilarious. Rose Byrne can do it. Rose Byrne is incredibly talented, and I think she's I'm not sure I haven't seen the movie, but she'll be nominated for like a big time Oscar this year. I think she won a Golden Globe. She can do drama, she can do comedy, she can do superhero movies. She's pretty amazing.
100%.
She's really, really good in this kind of playing the villain. type
So
role.
like with the female movie, I want to say, we had to give them their flowers in this movie, but like this movie, so damn good. All right, two more movies before we move on to Greg's 10 through 6. But my number 7 movie is very much in the Taken universe, Taken genre. I'm going with 2014's John Wick. And I love Keanu Reeves as an actor. He's a little dry, but he's really good at what he does. And like I said, he's dry, but it comes off just so natural. And this movie, if first of all, like if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, they kill his dog at the beginning of the movie. And that's what sets this whole chain of events into place. And he is the most incredible badass, which leads to multiple John Wick movies. But I couldn't put another John Wick movie ahead of the OG. So John Wick comes in at number 7 for me. A great movie in the Kill Bill type, Taken type genre there's a lot of deaths, a lot of action, a lot of killing, but it's entertaining at its core, and I love everything about this movie. So John Wick at number 7 for me.
So I've never seen John Wick. How about that? Yeah. And I do like these revenge movies. The whole time I was like, I thought you were going like Man on Fire when you were kind of going through same idea, but yeah. I know like people love John Wick, and how many have they made now?
So I believe there was 4 John Wick movies, but then they just did a spinoff last year. It was called Ballerina, and it's like his daughter.
Okay.
So it's in the John Wick universe. But it's one of those things you kind of know what's coming, but somehow the movies increasingly stay relevant and stay good. So there's like a code these killers have to go by, these like, assassins and whatnot, but everything is off the table with a few moments in these movies. And there are some of the most like, I don't even know, like I'm sure someone out there has like a death count, but like there are so many deaths and killings in this movie, but like it's almost not like gross or like weird or it's just like you're like entertained, you're like I want more, you know what I mean? So I put this up on the top of your action list movie. So John Wick 2014. All right, I'm gonna go to number 6, and this is where I said I might have another sports movie on my list, and I'm gonna count this as a sports movie, even though the title is a sports movie, but it's not really a sports movie. I'm going with Dodgeball. It's a comedy. It's a true underdog story, but it's at its core, it's just a great comedy movie. And Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn at their peak, basically. And that's all I really need to say about it. I can't say at their peak, but like close to their peak, approaching their peak.
Yeah.
But I don't need to say much about this, except it is a great movie. And if the Green Bay Packers would have fired LaFleur this week, I would have said, cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur. Because there are just so many lines in this movie that are perfect. And,
nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Yeah, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess you did not have this on your list.
I don't. It's interesting because there's some comedies left that there may be one that's in your top 5 or maybe 2 that's in your top 5. I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. This is good because this would be kind of boring if we went through this and we're like, oh, yeah, I have this on my list. I have this on my list. So it's good.
I have a feeling though, when you start listing your top 10, I think all of my remaining 5 movies are going to be in your top 10.
That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay.
So we'll see. So we're gonna switch to you. You get your number 10 coming up right now, and we'll go with what you think here. Number 10.
Yeah, number 10, 2010. It's a very relevant. It's still kind of a relevant movie. I'm just gonna say it. It's The Social Network.
Okay.
Um, absolutely love it. It's about the creation of Facebook. Jesse Eisenberg does an incredible job as Mark Zuckerberg. Really, really well written, really fast paced, and truly just an enjoyable movie that I come back to a lot. And again, it's still kind of relevant today because Facebook's as relevant as ever and social media is as relevant as ever. So,
don't forget Justin Timberlake told him to drop the
That's true. Sean Parker. Yeah, so it is Aaron Sorkin. I was trying to get the name. Like, he's the writer. And if you've ever seen like Aaron Sorkin movies, like A Few Good Men's an Aaron Sorkin movie, West Wing was Aaron Sorkin. This movie is notoriously, like, it almost feels like the characters are rushing their dialogue because it's so quick,
Yep.
like, but it's fast paced. It's good.
The banter is just nonstop.
Yeah. So, great movie. So
agreed. Yeah, this was in my top 40. It just didn't make my cut, but very well done movie. All right, let's go to
number 9. So we're comedy that hasn't been mentioned yet. Maybe in your top 5. 2009. The Hangover.
Yep.
Yeah, just yeah. What can you say? Maybe we table that till it gets to you since it's in your top 5. But yeah, it's one of the funniest movies.
Hangover is my number 4 movie.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, we'll table that. But table it. Yeah, we'll come. So let's go to number 8.
Number 8. So 2001. It's kind of weird being like, this is one of my favorite movies. Well, no shit, it's in your top 10. But
I think this is my number 3 movie.
This is interesting. This is not a comedy.
Nope.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, nope. Okay, never mind.
Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke, Training Day.
Okay.
Number 8. That's interesting. 2001. I do have another. My next one's also 2001. So maybe I think maybe we'll be in common there. But I imagine you've seen Training Day.
Yes. Great movie.
Tremendous movie. One of my favorites. Just like an off the charts performance by Denzel, won the Oscar. But Ethan Hawke also kind of like is so critical to that movie because he kind of keeps up with and kind of is a formidable foe to Denzel, and you kind of need that to make the movie work. True kind of like then it's like you love kind of it's so easy to love Denzel, but you're like kind of like for most of the movie you're like, this guy's kind of a bad guy, right? But maybe he's a good guy. Like, no, he's a bad guy. Yeah. But you kind of still like him because he's Denzel. And randomly, one of my all-time favorite needle drops is in this movie. It's basically at the beginning of the movie. They're getting in the car, and like Ethan Hawke asks him if they're going to go to the office, and Denzel says, "You're in the office, baby." And Still Dre gets played, and then he pumps up the hydraulics, and they drive away. And it's one of the coolest moments. But it's a badass movie.
Yeah, it is.
Really intense, really fucked up, but I love it.
That's great. And real quick, Ethan Hawke note. Anyone that watched Stranger Things, his daughter plays a huge role and huge character in Stranger Things, Maya Hawke. So
and that's him and it's Uma Thurman and him, right? That's their daughter, yep. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, great movie. 2001 Training Day, unbelievable movie. That did not make my list, but I feel like that's an oversight on my part. But yeah, great call on that. All right, let's go to number 7.
Number 7, we're staying in 2001, and maybe we'll give this one more shot. I mean, probably one of the coolest, most enjoyable movies on this list. We were in Vegas for number 9 for The Hangover. We're going to go back to Vegas for number 7. Star-studded cast, heist movie, Ocean's 11.
Yep. I had that at number 3.
Phenomenal. I remember like the first anytime we go to Vegas or like planning to go to Vegas, you watch Ocean's 11. It's just like it's Clooney, Brad Pitt, like at the peak of their coolness. Matt Damon, he's kind of an awkward character. Julia Roberts is still throwing 100 miles an hour, and then all of the supporting characters behind it. It's just like, and Andy Garcia is great as the bad guy, Benedict. Like, it's just a fucking amazing movie. It really is to this day. The sequels are decent. 12 is totally different. I've gotten to kind of enjoy 12 a little bit. 13 is kind of cool. You go back to Vegas. 11 is
it's the OG. It's the best.
The OG.
Yeah, 100% agree. You had this at number 7. I had it at number 3. So, you average them out. That's a solid top 5 movie right there over the past 26 years. So, very good. All right, let's go to your number 6.
Number 6, comedy, hasn't been mentioned yet. 2004. This is another kind of like in the kind of the idea of Step Brothers. Like, I don't know. The first time I watched it, maybe like, this is interesting, and now I believe it's be one of the funniest movies ever made. Anchorman.
That is, I have it at number 2. So,
what can you say? Maybe we'll table that.
The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Yeah. It's again another Steve Carell, Paul Rudd. What's the guy's name? That's Wayne. What's his name?
It is. Why can't I think? David Koechner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't forget Christina Applegate.
Great Christina Applegate. Again, you kind of needed her to like play. She's got to go toe to toe with Will Ferrell, like at the height of his powers, and she does it great.
I love Fred Willard too.
Yep.
He's like studio director. Ben Stiller makes it a cameo in this. And so many great people.
Yeah, just literally one of the funniest movies ever.
100%.
And just like start to finish, probably to the point now you can pretty much quote the entire movie. It's like it will never not be like, if it's on, you'll always kind of watch it, and it's just like an all-timer. And again, like, and you can kind of safely say this now because the comedies as we know it are sort of, it's just changed. So I really don't know that there'll ever be movies like comedic movies like the movies that we're talking about on this list.
And let's throw it over to Tits McGee.
I mean, I literally today at work was talking about something, and I said it's like Ron Burgundy on the teleprompter. Like it's like it's such a part of your and everybody that I was talking to knew exactly what I was talking about.
It's funny today. Like that's so funny you said that, because today at work as well. I don't know. There was we had to move this big pallet of things around, and I said, "Man, that pallet's pretty beat up. It's like diversity, like an old wooden ship." I got a sideways look, but it made sense in my head. Oh man, 60% of the time it works every time. So, so many of these movies I have on my list, and so I'm going to go to my top 5, and we're going to revisit a few of these, but you already had several of these on your list, so we'll go with them right now. So I had Step Brothers at number 5. I believe you had that at number 13 on your list.
Yep. And we really didn't talk about it back, then too much. Just classic. I mean, it's hard putting that again, all these movies are so interchangeable, but this is
is there anything better than the culmination of Up to the Catalina Wine Mixer?
No, it really isn't. Adam Scott is so good in this movie.
He is so good. He is so good. And And honestly, besides, I watch Severance on Apple TV, but like besides Severance, and like I really haven't seen him in a ton of stuff, but he is so great in this movie, as like the asshole brother.
Yes.
And the dad who was like, and don't give up your dinosaur, at the end. Mary Steenburgen, who's like the nicest woman on earth. And
absolutely gorgeous. Like,
yeah. I mean, I can't believe like Ted Danson. Ted Danson's a lucky man.
He's got that Ted Danson plane that they fly around, NBC flies him around in. So,
oh man, but like everything about this movie, there's so many quotable things, so much room for activities, or like you just name it, you go down the list, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, the whole thing's quotable. There's really nothing that's like Chris Gardocki gets in my face, like just stupid like stuff that's just like I don't even know. I'm just kind of whatever come like just like I don't even know. Like I think we send around that just when they're sitting at the table and he's telling the stories about how he's fishing with Mark Cuban and just like I don't know why, but that's like that might be the funniest 2 minutes of his life. Just how he like asked the question. What? Everybody's like, you ruined it.
What's this guy's deal?
Like who? I don't know who comes up with it, but like, yeah, like I mean, it's like my in-laws came in a few weeks ago and brought some clubs, like golf clubs over, and it was just like, yeah, like I said something like, "Oh, I got a new 3-wood," or something, because it was like at the birthday party before they played the boats and hose video. Which I may or may not have boats and hose like on my like Apple Tunes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's
like, I haven't had a carb in 10 years that lifts up.
I made $550K last year. So
it's the biggest helicopter sales event in California. So good. Oh my God. All right. And yeah, like I was not familiar with Andre Bocelli's game before Conte Partio.
I know, and it's such a great song, but you'll never not hear. It's like a very, very emotional, like amazing song, but you can't hear it and not think about boats and hose and Will Ferrell singing. He actually has a pretty good singing voice.
He does. And don't forget,
they say he's a songbird of his generation.
Oh, he works at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They actually they have they let you be your own boss.
Oh my gosh! I mean, the way we're talking about this, it probably should be both our number ones. But
man, well, I mean, it's top 5 over the last 26 years. That's pretty high praise. So, what? 13 for you, 5 for me. All right, let's go to number 4. You already mentioned it. You had The Hangover at number 9. I have it at number 4. So equals out to about a 6 or a 7. 6, 7 rating. But yeah, like let's just dive into this one just a little bit. But The Hangover, again, another Vegas one. So good. Zach Galifianakis, I don't think we've given him much run here, but him, Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms at the top of their game. So what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, just like it was just another one. I remember when it came out. I mean, it's just like, this was like a great, like, go to the movies, full theater, and you just laugh your ass off the entire time with a full theater. It's kind of one of, even people, if the people are yelling stuff out or being obnoxious, it's still funny. Like, it's just like there was like, I just remember there being a special experience with this. And then everybody was like, you got to stay for the closing credits. And I feel like just the closing credits, like, are just this, like, something we've never seen before.
The
I mean,
Flow Rider song and
just classic. I mean, Mike Tyson, like Ken Jong, just
you gonna fuck on me.
I mean, just truly, like truly. And I feel like the last time we were in Vegas, like every time you see like somebody drunk, like stumbling around, you're just like, yeah, some guys just can't handle Vegas. Like it's, there's so many, again, so quotable. Vegas as a movie location is probably as good as it gets.
Yes.
So like you never really go wrong with that and some of the different sites and things, and just
and
like
it's so relatable too.
Yeah, and what a great concept. Like what a cool concept. Like really,
yes.
It's like when we've all kind of woken up hungover and you're trying to piece together a night before, not quite to the extent that they did, but it's not so far fetched. And Galifianakis was like a revelation because he really hadn't. He had probably just played like kind of smaller roles at that point in time. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and at the end of this movie, towards the end, the Dan Band.
Yep.
like just intentional comedy, but like you don't see it coming, and
no.
Especially the first time you see this movie is unbelievable. So so well done. All right, so The Hangover came in at number 4 for me. Number 3, it was a movie we've already talked plenty about, another Vegas movie, Ocean's 11. I had that at 3. Greg had that at number 7. So again, an equal ranking of 5 on that one. My number 2 movie, you already talked about, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. We've talked plenty of that, but just so good. And I don't think it gets much better than that. But my number 1, and I'm guessing you can guess it from what's been left.
Is it a comedy?
It is a comedy. 2005.
I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I know what it is because it's on my top 5. So
yeah, just go ahead.
Is the person we're looking at have a cameo in the movie?
He does.
Okay. Yeah.
It is. Right, it is Wedding Crashers. It is Wedding Crashers, and for me, this is my top movie, most rewatchable movie. I mean, I could watch any of these top 5 movies at any point and just like watch the whole movie all the way through. So my top 5, again, I'm going to real quick run back through them. But any of these for me, top 5, Step Brothers, Hangover, Ocean's 11, Anchorman, and Wedding Crashers are some of my favorite movies of all time, but like especially over the last 26 years since the year 2000. And there is nothing I really don't like about this movie. There's maybe only like maybe a 10-minute segment after like he's going through his like depression and and what of realizing that he's maybe shouldn't be doing what he's doing and doing all that, but these two, Vince Vaughn and Wilson, just man, it doesn't get much better than that. What's some of your thoughts on the Wedding Crashers?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like Vince Vaughn. I mean maybe as funny as anybody's ever been in a movie is Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers. I feel like he's unbelievable. And him and Owen Wilson are great together. They steal the show, but like it is like the first half of this movie is just like the funniest, and like it's just nonstop. Christopher Walken just doing Christopher Walken things. Isla Fisher, Stage 5 Klinger. I mean, just so many things that have become mainstream, like that came out of this movie. And it's just an all-timer. And it's funny, like with we had a lot of different variation on these lists, but our top 2 comedies, ironically enough, were both Wedding Crashers and Anchorman. They were a little different in what our actual order was, but we came up with the same top 2 comedies, and I feel good about that.
I love it. And go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and I think I saw this in the theater twice because I went and saw it like with, I think, with Kristen, and then I think I actually went back and saw it with people at work on a Friday afternoon. We were just like, if you haven't seen it's one of those movies where it's like, oh, you haven't seen this movie. Well, we got to go see it like right now. Let's get out of work and go watch this movie.
Yes. 2005, like right in the peak of, like, for us at least, like end of college, start of being an adult, and but like we knew people that were probably starting to get married, the next few years after this. Yep. It just kind of like played right into the cards, but it is still so relevant today.
No doubt.
And then like right off the bat, like when they're like, what are they, arbitrators?
That first scene.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You want to throw a few points our way? Hey, go ahead.
Could you guys just shut up? But like, I still reference rule number 76: no excuses, play like a champion.
Yeah.
And like, for whatever reason, I break this line out all the time, and it doesn't even go with whatever's going on. But I'm just like, the painting was a gift, Todd. I'm taking it with me.
Yeah, it's
so damn
you're
good.
You're a real enlightened cat, and I'm digging, talking to you. It's just like it's amazing. It really is, like a syrup, a little topper with the syrup, and girl's fit for a straight jacket. She's 3 ways from the weekend. But you know what? I dig it.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's again, they're so quotable as we're just kind of reeling them off, and it's like anytime you want to feel good and watch something to make you laugh, it's there. So
it does not get much better than that. All right, well, you're the sack. Let's hear your top 5.
So this is interesting because so Wedding Crashers is number 5 for me, and then that was it for comedies for me. So again, this is like really tough. And if we were doing like rewatchable, I think it would be a little bit different. I took it more of like, what are my just favorite movies? Like, what are kind of took into consideration, like just how good's the movie too. But like, I don't know, any of these, again, they could go in any order, and depending on the mood I'm in, it could go in any order. But number 4 for me, 2006, The Departed. So I'm a sucker for mob movies. This was actually on it was on earlier tonight. I watched it for a little bit when I was just chilling.
This is a big like TBS type movie.
TBS movie. It's like it's very highly edited when it's on there, but really good movie about like the Boston mob. Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon kind of going head to head. It's a good, there's a lot of undercover traders, rat kind of stories going on. Alec Baldwin, Mark Wahlberg with like great roles. I mean, it's a Martin Scorsese movie. It's a classic. It's up there, for me, like Goodfellas, and that is not it's 1990, which we broke down. It's probably my favorite like mob movie. This is up there. But I love Boston movies, and there will be another Boston movie coming right up next. So The Departed, just a rewatchable, awesome movie.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm trying to rack my brain here of which Boston movie might be next, but I'll just let you handle that.
Yeah. So this movie has just like shot up for me in the last 5-6 years as I just watch it more and more. And I actually now kind of like it. I do like it more than The Departed. 2010, Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, The Town. So kind of love like heist type movies, bank robber movies. So this is about bank robbers in Boston. Ben Affleck's kind of like the leader of the crew. They do a job, take the bank manager hostage, and they're kind of afraid that she's going to rat them out. So Ben Affleck kind of becomes friends with this girl, sort of falls for her, and then they have other jobs that they're doing. And really good, really like authentic Boston. Jeremy Renner is absolutely phenomenal. He's kind of like the crazy one in the crew. John Hamm's in the movie playing a FBI agent who's kind of on their tail. Rebecca Hall's the love interest, who's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I don't know. I assume you've seen it, right?
I've seen it. It's very, very good. Top 50 movie for me.
Yeah. So it's just like one that I just will always go back to. Blake Lively's in it too. Yep. So I love it, and a lot of action, a lot of fun stuff. Fergie the Florist is one of my favorite characters and sporting characters in any movie. Is Pete Postlethwaite's his name. Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
Absolutely.
I thought you were going to say I thought you were going here with sports movies, because I know we had this discussion for like a hot minute when the sports movie bracket, like, is this kind of a sports movie, but it's not really a sports movie. This is going all the way back to 2000. I watched this movie the day, and I was there for the premiere, I think at midnight, sitting first row, fell in love with it then, love it today. Gladiator.
Yeah.
So Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, just, kind of, again, it's a sort of follows a sports movie concept. It's just, the sport is gladiator fighting, but it's kind of the same idea. Guy gets, Russell Crowe plays a general who, is won the war for Rome, and then Joaquin Phoenix is the piece of shit emperor who comes in and tries to have him killed, and it's about a kind of redemption story to get back. And again, this is probably one that just about everybody's seen, but it's it's everything that I could ever want in a movie.
How about then the score? The score of that
score is amazing. Oh, just incredible.
Chills.
The more you watch, honestly, the more I watch the movie, Russell Crowe's great. I think he won Best Actor for this movie. It was won Best Picture. The more I watch this movie, the more I kind of in the sense that you hate him, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is the star of this movie, honestly, as the greatest.
I agree.
Movie. He is about as you hate him about as much as any villain is in any movie. So. The Gladiator number 2. So
love it.
So number 1, I said I do love Quentin Tarantino, and the first one that I had out was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This, over the years, is probably in my top 3 all-time movies. This is 2009 Quentin Tarantino, Inglourious Bastards. That's my number 1 movie. It is similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in that it's kind of his take on some type of revisionist history, and this goes back to World War II. A lot of the movie is the movie's in multiple languages. It's like I think it's only like 20 or 30% of it's in English. A lot of subtitles. It's funny. It's clever. It's violent. It's kind of all over the place sometimes. But it is just, for me, one of the most enjoyable, one of my all-time favorite movies. Brad Pitt has been in a lot of these movies.
He's a badass in that movie.
He kind of plays the lead character, so he's kind of the head of this group of people that are kind of infiltrated Europe and killing Nazis. But the star of this movie is another villain. It's Christoph Waltz, and this was somebody who Quentin Tarantino discovered, I think, as like a German stage actor, and he ultimately won an Oscar for this movie, and then he went on to win an Oscar for Django Unchained. So he was in 2 Tarantino movies, won an Oscar for each of them. He plays kind of the bad guy in this movie to perfection. So He is a phenomenal bad guy. And it's kind of cool because it's like you've never, when you first watch this movie, it's like, I've never seen this guy, but he's unbelievable. So,
I have
for anybody, go ahead.
I have kind of a Hollywood crush on Diane Kruger.
And she's really good in this movie too. That's actually my favorite part of the movie, is the part that she's in with Michael Fassbender when they're in the tavern.
Yeah.
Again, when you talk about like building suspense and dialogue, and with Tarantino, there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, and like some people are just like, I'm not a big Tarantino guy. There's so much dialogue and there's so much buildup. The movie's kind of long and it could probably be shortened in some areas. Like that tavern scene I'm talking about, I think it's like 35 minutes they're in this tavern and it's a lot of talking. They're playing this game where they have cards on their head.
Yep.
And it's like, something is going to happen, but the anticipation and the suspense is just like
it makes it worth it.
It's just a brilliantly made movie. To me, it's the best Tarantino, and I love Pulp Fiction, and I love almost all of his movies, but this one really does it for me. 5 years ago, I don't think it would be as high as it is now, but as I've rewatched it, I just continue to enjoy it more. So that's my number one.
I have no arguments with that. I did have that on my list. It was a little bit down the list, but again, personal taste and whatever. But it's definitely up there, the most rewatchable movies. So why don't you go ahead? You have your list in front of you.
Yeah.
Read off your top 10 one more time.
My top 10.
Yeah.
So Inglourious Bastards, Gladiator, The Town, The Departed, Wedding Crashers, Anchorman, Ocean's 11, Training Day, The Hangover, and The Social Network.
And I'll read off my top 10. I also had Wedding Crashers, Anchorman, Ocean's 11, The Hangover, Step Brothers, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, John Wick, Bridesmaids, The Dark Knight, and the 40-year-old virgin. So, whatever you're into, comedy, horror, suspense, thriller, action, I think we kind of covered pretty much everything, all the bases in this, and like between Greg's list and my list, again, I think culminated. I think you had 70, I had 70, and then we cut it down to our top 26. So a lot of crossover on this list, but also a lot of differences. So hopefully that gives anyone out there watching, if you're watching this for the full 2 hours, you could have watched one of these movies, maybe even a movie and a half. But hopefully we gave you something out there to watch. These are always some of our more fun episodes to do, especially with lists. So I will put out our top 26 list. So 26 for 26. I'll put that out on social media after this episode airs, and we'll compare them, we'll contrast, and we'll see what people think and what movies maybe some people out there had on their list that we did not have on ours. So any last thoughts on this, Greg, before we close out?
No, it was really fun and obviously really difficult to put together. And like we said, it is just such a very personal thing. So it was cool hearing your list and, seeing where we had things in common, where we didn't. But it is like the margin sometimes between like something being number 10 or number 12 and being number 30 isn't really that wide. So it was really was fun. And, maybe this will help us as we think about movies to break down later too.
For sure. All right. Well, my screen is not letting me go to our outro video, so I'm just going to end it here and say thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe to the 330 Sports Show and Youngstown Studio. So for Greg Kirchner, I'm Justin. Everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.